Hi guys, PJ here. Today we are taking a look at the PC release of, Cyberpunk. Now, I know what you're saying, a lot of people have already taken a look at this and, it's been in the press for a lot of very bad reasons. Well, I'm here to try and show you how it runs on an RTX 2060 because if, like me, you either can't get one of the newer cards because they're out of stock everywhere, which is my case, or you're quite content with your 2060 because it's doing a good job. Well, the good news is on this game, it does a very good job of running the game. I'm currently running at 1440p. I'll show you all the settings in a moment that I'm using. And as you can see, I fluctuate, in all honesty, between sort of 40 and 60 FPS, okay, on these settings. And these are very high settings without ray tracing. And there's the caveat. Now, I am at the end of, well, I just started Act 2, end of Act 1. So I've waited until I've got more into the game. A lot of the performance reviews and stuff seem to have been done right at the start of the game, and the game seems quite light on the CPU and GPU at that point. A bit further on in the game, it's certainly not light. There you go, it's a good start. Settings, there we go. So if we go down to graphics, first of all, field of view, I've left it default, it's 80. Yeah, seems okay to me. And these are my personal settings. These won't affect the game's performance in any way at all, these ones. Going down a little bit further, we've got contact shadows on, and as you can see, everything's pretty damn high. I've knocked this one down a tad, but doesn't make too much difference. We've got highs across the board there. Screen space reflection quality low. Now, you can actually have this maxed out if you're happy to run the game at a locked 30 FPS. So if you want it to look the biz, and you're happy with sort of theoretically what console performance is at 30 FPS, then you can bang this right up and it will look really, really nice. It's up to you. So it will hold 30. I've done it. I've played it like that. Subsurface scattering there high. Ambient occlusion is on low. Color precision doesn't have a low, which is a bit weird. But we've got everything pretty much, as you can see, really, really high up, apart from one. And I'll show you the difference that makes very shortly. Ray tracing off, and all the effects that come with it off. Ray tracing on this card is good for taking photos. If you want to run it, I think the Psycho setting is the highest. I'll show you what that does to the game. Oh wow, does it kill it. So my video settings are as such. VSync is off, obviously, so you can see the readouts on the top left corner there. And I'm on a value 60 there. Maximum FPS is on. We can turn this off, but it's not really going to go any higher, We're on borderless windowed. It doesn't seem to make any difference for myself if it's on a full screen or not. Okay, so back to the game. Wait for us to get down here. A lot of the driving and stuff, that seems to be running fine, not a problem. Everything looks sharp, as you can see. 1440p, like I was saying. Anyway, let's get out of here. Okay, so we're in the city now. Just a quick run around, see what I mean? It drops to sort of 40s to 60s-ish. Got some dips there, look guys. 35. Now this is installed on an M2 SSD. I'm recording to a Samsung SSD, another SSD, and Windows 10 is on a Intel SSD. So we shouldn't really have any drop in FPS too much just by doing the recordings. Okay. So 42, 38, see what I mean? Bit tricky, isn't it, to get right? Great tutorials, thanks. Now let's switch on ray tracing, because you're all curious. If you've not bought the game, this game is updated to the current max. It's Boxing Day, so it's the 26th of December, and I've got the GOG version, so it's fully updated. It's had all the patches and everything that they did, and where we're at now is basically what you're going to see. So first things first, I'll tell you what, the first thing I'll do is I'll put screen space to max, Psycho, and we'll see what difference that makes. Not much, you might say, but it does hover around the 30s an awful lot more. I mean, we were hovering 40s to 60s, and as you can see, it's a bit lower now, isn't it? Now my CPU is an older CPU, currently a 1600X Ryzen 6-core 12-thread jobby. Seems to be doing alright generally, quite happy with it. 16GB DDR4 RAM, and nothing's really overclocked, so yeah. Okay, Now let's put the ray tracing on. Let's go back to the centre so you can see the same graphics. Okay, we were roughly here, weren't we? I keep pressing that wrong button. God, that's annoying. Okay, we're moving on. Graphics. We will not have Psycho on. We'll go back to low. Okay, so we're going to go on. We're on quality mode. I'm going to keep these two off. Yeah. Psycho ray tracing, ray trace shadows, ray trace reflections, and ray trace world. Let's see what that does. I have clicked resume, by the way. Yeah. See that? Give it a minute. Unplayable, guys. Don't even try it. So at 1440p, don't even hit Psycho unless it's for a photo. Check that out. Let's try running. 17 FPS. Bottom line is this card can't handle it. Nowhere near. Even if you turn a lot of the normal graphics settings right down, you're still not going to lock it. Not even to 30. I've tried it. It's not going to happen. So what we'll do, we'll run over here to the mission icon. 16 FPS we're getting now. 15. Let's have a play around with it, yeah? See if we can get it to at least stick to 30. So ray tracing, we'll go medium. We'll turn off ray trace shadows because that, in my opinion, is the least noticed one. Still not great. Look at that FPS. Let it settle. That's worse. Check that out. Oh my god. No good. If I press that wrong button once more, it's going to really annoy me. Okay. So let's turn off reflections. There we go. A little bit better. Not much. Now I'm not going to go on forever showing you millions of different settings. I'm sure by now you get the gist of how this game sort of runs with all this on. Ray tracing is a no. That's the bottom line. If you go 2060, I'd turn it off. Enjoy the game with really high quality visuals and you know, turn that off. I mean, it looks great with the settings I'm running here. We go back, resume. There you go. Look at that. Back to 56 FPS, 45 FPS. Real nice. No problems. The road reflections look a bit weird. I mean, look at the yellow on the tarmac. It's a bit strange, but it's to be expected. So there we go, guys. That's what you're looking at if you've got a 2060. That's how it's going to run. You might get a few more FPS if you've got a better CPU, but it's not going to make a massive deal of a difference, to be honest with you. Memory, as you can see, it uses like 5.5 gig of the 6 GB VRAM that I've got on this card. Actual normal memory 12 gigabytes. GPU 98% there. If you saw that, it's pretty intensive. But as for the game itself, I haven't actually had any, yeah I know, any bugs. Nothing. No crashes. No weird graphical things happening. Nothing. So I think if you keep your game up to date, you'll probably be alright on PC at this point. You know, it's a great looking game. I'm loving the story of the game, and I think it's actually worth the purchase. Now, I will tell you this, I did buy it on Xbox Series X, and although it sort of looked nice, you could tell it was struggling in places because the Xbox Series X version is actually the Xbox One X version. They haven't patched it yet for the new consoles, and you can tell, you know, it needs the update, it needs to have all its bits and bobs added. So for now, PC, yeah, you're okay with 2060. And that's it. That's all I wanted to show you guys. I just want to show you that it runs well and it's worth the money. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll catch you again with another PC game soon, and maybe a graphics upgrade in the new year. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.